it's the upside down. Hi,
Oh,
we're figuring
shoot.
out. There. Oh, how fun. So if anybody was watching, they got to see the way that our
That's the nice thing.
skylight looks.
People get the notification that we just went live.
Well,
so
exactly.
They might not have seen
All good. So,
me not know how to use a camera.
so a fun thing we can do when that comes up and says that somebody's there, we can say, "Hi, Rochelle, how are you?" That was my hello. I hope you can hear me. Will you be able to see?
It should pop up like this when people have comments.
Oh, but you won't see the ongoing feed. So,
No,
like, if
I
she
won't be able to see.
commented,
It would. It should scroll up like that.
well, so maybe I should get mine up. Thanks for being here, Rochelle. We're just getting ourselves organized. This is a lot of fun, figuring out how to do this. And I'm using fun loosely.
Oh, yep. It says, "Hey guys, how are you?"
Yay! We're good. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, Rochelle. And you know what's cool is these are, as you know, some of the beads that Cullen does a lot of his designs with as well, which is part of why we love them so much. I mean, you know, we share that. So you feel free to put, like, in the comments a note about where people could go look to find Cullen's jewelry. What I'm trying to do while we're getting ourselves organized is just, why can't I find the live feed here?
On your page.
Yeah. Did I just not go? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, this is Becky, and I see there's a few people joining us. I'm so excited that you're here. We're just getting our act together and figuring out how to do this because it is, as I was saying, a lot of work. I see there's a few people joining us. I'm so excited that you're here. We're just getting our act together and. All right. Well, if I do this, then I can see the comments too, sorta, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. This is exciting. So many beads.
So, when I do the pan shot of this, you want me to kind of get this rack face?
Yeah, get
Okay,
that,
and
get
that second.
those
Okay.
best you can. If I have them right there, does that make it?
Yeah. Well, then that should give us a chance for you to get.
Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Hello, hello, some good friends. Oh, Samantha, good to see you. And Cullen, yay. Hi, Cullen. I hope your lockdown has been not horrible. Boy, everybody, I say that. It has been quite a season, hasn't it? Quite a season. I'm so glad that we can kind of be together here and do, you know, have some good beady fun. Alrighty, so shall we, I'll get a quick drink of water.
You want to get started?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm thinking, because it's a little after 11, isn't it?
Yep.
All right. So, you guys, those of you who are listening right now, I ask you to please give us feedback, give us comments, you know, either during this casting or afterward, about what we can do to help make this season any better and help make what we're doing here to try to share beads with you any better. We just really want to, you know, try to regain the love and community that we had, that we've always had together because of our love of beads. So anyway, okay, Hank, and Hank is here with me. I am so blessed to have Hank here behind the camera. And Ed is in the back. He'll be watching the Facebook feed if there's anything we can do to be helpful. And I just want to say thank you. I'm Becky with Diakonos Designs. We have missed just people, and we're so excited to be doing this, you know, trying to pull off selling some beads, showing some beads, sharing some ideas online. We've heard from a lot of you that you've missed bead shows this spring. We do too, and so we're going to be sharing some of our strands, kits, and then a few techniques. And I'd love feedback again on what we can do to help you during this time, because I think we're all getting to that point of being a little done, a little bored, a little ready to be creative, ready to get outside, and maybe take your beads outside on the deck, watch your beautiful flowers grow. Anyway, I'm going to let Hank take a shot of the beads that we're going to be showing you today, and then we'll get started. So these are the basic check beads that we'll be sharing, plus the kits that we have that go with them. And we're going to give you an individual close-up look at each strand. Each of them will have a number, and then I'll be telling you about how long the strand is, details about it, what the price is. And all you have to do is comment with the number that you like and the quantity that you'd like. So all of the numbers begin with an A, so A1. If you want one strand, you just put A1-1 or space 1. We have some of these strands in larger quantities than others, so we will be offering them as on a first come, first served basis. If you have questions as we get going, just please ask them in the comments. Hank or Ed or I will answer. And like I say, we really want to make this work for you, so we hope you will let us know what you need. At the end, if you've indicated that you want to purchase any beads, would you include in the comment your phone number, or send us a direct message with your phone number, and that way we'll put together your invoice and contact you in the next couple days to arrange for payment and pickup. We're shipping for free for all orders over $20, or we deliver locally, and or you can pick them up at the store here too if you'd like. So I'm going to be sharing the retail price of everything, and we're offering 20% off the retail price in addition to whatever pricing you may already be receiving. So that's the scoop. Any questions before we get started? And so Hank's going to help me make sure I get things lined up properly.
You're lined up. Yep.
All right, we are starting out with our size 8 check beads. And all of the size 8s are $6 a strand. This particular coloration is one that I just love. They are... there's a very pretty blue, almost denim-y, a light green, a bright kind of gold and yellow, and some of those are shaded off in different ways as well. They're adorable in lots of uses. One of them that we've made kits with that I'll show you just so you see sizing is these little chevron bracelets, or I'm sorry, chevron, goodness gracious. These are little mini bolo bracelets. So the bead that's in there are these little size 8s. So if you are wanting to make something that uses tiny beads and has a smaller look, this is a great bead for you. So this one is A1 and it's $6. So I'm going to share now the rest of the size 8s. These are A2. Let's make that happen better. Get with the program, Becky. Also size 8s. And these are kind of sweet. They have, if you like a matte bead, they have a very nice matte finish. There's some bright green, some darker green, some with some stripes. I don't know quite how close I can get there. Hopefully that's clear enough. And then a shiny one that's kind of a almost robin's egg blue, turquoisey, and then some with that golden look. We don't currently use these in any of our kits, but we should because they're gorgeous. So that one is A2. And next will be A3. And these we do have in one of our kits. These are, well, here, I can just put the whole chunk down, I guess. These are another matte strand, super cute. And they are similar, well, matte, like the last strand. We also have these in shiny coming up in a bit. But these have several different, like a very light blue, a robin's egg blue, purpley blue, darker purple blue, green, kind of a half-tone yellow blue, and they're just a really pretty little bead. Sorry to be moving that around. I'm trying to figure out the best way to make that stand out. So that is a 3. This was 2. And 4 has gone missing. All right. All right, if you, do you want to do those? That'd be awesome. All right, so A4 is also a kind of a fun, well, which of these aren't fun, I guess. A fun look. It is primarily a shiny bead, but there's a mix of matte in there as well. So you can see there's a lot of nice neutrals. Is that too close, Hank?
No. But is there a kit that A3 is in?
A3.
Someone asked to see a kit.
Yes, probably. Hang on. We will, right underneath there. You got it. Yep. And the sample is right on that rack, too. So this, we'll show that kit in just a second. So this is A4. Again, mostly shiny, some matte, some nice neutrals, a nice pop of turquoise. Sometimes these are just really sweet to like, they're so sweet. You can hang them, put them on a jump ring, or use them, just a teeny little stick of them hanging down to make earrings, whether you'd string them on memory wire. They also string nicely on beading wire and silk or nylon. All right, Hank's gonna throw down the kit. And if you're ordering kits, just go ahead and mention the name and the colorway. This one happens to be Spring. And it is a mini bolo memory spiral in with a purple and green coloring. All right, thank you for your patience. Next, we have kind of the shiny version of the beads that we had in the spring mix. And we did put a kit of this together with this. That's a Facebook only kit, this bead. And it goes with shiny gold. And I'm not spotting it here because, oh, it's right here. It's this one. And super cute. Nice little purple green spring color. The purple green coloration I've always just loved. It's such a springy delight. Kind of reminds me of the garden. And then again, it has a little bit of those yellows in there as well. And I don't know if I brought this one up close yet, so I'm going to do that. Really nice little beads. This one is A5. All right. This is the last of the size 8s, and it is A6. And it actually has a pink bead in it. It's kind of a salmony pink, and that's a lovely pink. and some blues, greens, and that nice kind of goldeny yellow. That's a pretty little pop. All of the beads on this strand are shiny. And we don't currently have this in any kits, but you could certainly substitute it, or you know, find all kinds of ways to use this really pretty, almost Eastery, great kind of for a Mother's Day look. All right, and I do want to show you just a quick little something. Forgot to mention to Hank that we were going to do this, but he is an easy go with the flow kind of guy. So we this is one of our little kits, and these are the beads that are the little 8s, all the beads that we were just looking at, and they work well on memory wire. And the other thing they work really nice on, I just want to show you, is this, which is Griffin cord. We have it in several different colors. This happens to be size 8, and this is a nylon version. It also comes in silk, and it has this nice little kind of wonky built-in needle that's really just a twisted wire. But the idea is you can bead anything you want on this. So this works with size 8s, but it'll also work with nicely with size 6 beads, which are coming up next. But what I learned through working with a customer over the course of this lockdown is that this works really nice. I don't know if you can see, but I just put in one of our tiny little, the smallest size slider clasps that we have. And let's just pretend that this is all loaded up with beads. And then I'm gonna go back through the slider clasp with the needle, and it works really nicely. So that, I put my beads on the wrong side, but in any case, Becky, be better, right, Hank?
Right.
Anyway, this goes through this way. And you can, just like when you're using beading chain, you kind of pull the cord away from where you're working, and, oh, again, missed getting the beads on there. In any case, you get the picture. This size slider works really well on silk cord, which works great with these little beads as well as size 6s. So we will move on to, would you be so kind, Hank? Can we put those all down to the bottom? And maybe they won't show. If they do, let me know. All right, and I'm gonna get the next beads up, which are size 7, or I mean size 6s, and we are going on to bead number
A7.
7. All right, so these are some cute little matte beads, and most of our size 7 beads that are standard, either matte or round, are $10 a strand. When I say standard, I mean some are cuts, and when there's a 3-cut bead or a cut on the side of the bead, then they cost a little more, and I'll let you know that. These are just lovely with a really pretty, fun, bright green. Again, kind of that turquoisey robin's egg blue, and the pretty gold and yellow, some browns, blacks, and a couple different striped beads. So these are $10 each, and these work nice on memory wire. They work well on beading, small beading chain. They work on, I don't recommend leather because the hole size varies a little bit, so the leather has to be a little too thin. But again, there's lots of ways you can use them, the nylon and silk cord as well. All right, so this was number 7. We're going on to 8. All right, these are some pretty little blues, greens, mostly shiny. Then there's a matte bead there that is a stripe that's really kind of fun. A little bit of size variation in these.
What size are these?
These are all size 6s. Thanks for asking, Hank. And they are $10 a strand. The strands, all of the strands so far are 20 inches long. And that is that one.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so I lost my number 9. So we're going to, well, not this number 9, we've got that number 9, but this one next is an interesting strand. I just got to double check and make sure these are also $10. Yep. That we don't have a ton of these left, but it's really cute in regard to the shapes. There's some that are like the little mini tubes. There's some that are kind of a translucent, clear ambery color bead. Again, some of those nice matte beads. And I'll bring it up close. Sorry for all those tags. It's nicer to see just the beads. Kind of a nice bright orange. It's a sweet little pop of color. So it's really a nice mix of shapes and finishes and colors. Actually, I think Rochelle doesn't Cullen use some of these on, I think he uses this one sometimes. All right, we're gonna move on to number 10. These also size 6s, $10 a strand. Really pretty, earthy spring. This reminds me of being out in the garden. If I wasn't here, that's where I'd be probably. They're all matte, browns, a couple different brown colors, 2 different black finishes, and greens, and then again kind of that matte turquoisey color. And that nice little golden yellow is in there as well.
Oh. Are the beads bigger as the numbers go smaller? From someone who hasn't worked with much beads?
Yes. The beads, no, smaller numbers, like size, no, spit it out, Becky. Size 8s are smaller than 6s. And so we are getting, as the numbers go down right now, we are getting bigger beads. And then what's funny with check beads, once you get down to like a size 5, then there's 4s, then we've got 2 3s, they all get bigger. Then all of a sudden they hop up to size 31, 32, 34. But for the most part right now, the smaller beads are larger numbers. You got that right? All right, so this one is number 10. We'll go on to number 11. And actually 11 might even be the shiny version of number 10. I'm thinking it looks like it. Similar colors, 2 different browns, a couple different greens, that turquoisey color, and these also size 6s, $10 a strand. Trying not to go too slow so that's boring, but long enough to let you take a look. So that is number 11. Number 12. This is a $12 strand, and you'll notice it has a mix of different beads, and they are 3 cuts or tri-cuts. There's some really kind of a neat orangey, and I'm sure you can see that in there. There's an orange and a red that's kind of fun, and a yellow, and a green that isn't a cut bead, and then a white that's a cut. And so they all have a Picasso finish. And with some of these beads, and it looks like many of them have like a yellow center, so that's what you end up seeing when the cut is made. You see the center of the bead. So anyway, if you like some of the colors but not all of them, in many cases with some of these mixes, you can pull out a color if you don't care for it, or if you do and want to spotlight it in something and just use it individually. All right, so this is A12, $12. Number 13. This is one of our favorites. We've used this in lots of kits. It's just a nice, good go-to bead. It is, the colors are just rich, bohemian, very nice, kind of go with almost everything and anything. There's some browns in there, kind of a reddish brown, that golden. All of these are shiny. A couple different stripe beads. Honestly, I'm kind of a bead nerd. Like that bead right there. Can you see it? Oh, I love that little bead. He's just adorable. Anyway, the blue with the beigey stripes. And a couple different blue colors. Nice, good, useful bead. Alrighty, moving on to 14. Oh, thank you, Hank. Oh yes, it'll be helpful if we keep track, won't it?
Yes.
All right, 14 is another $10 strand, and this is a sweet little mix with kind of a turquoise tube mixed in with the interesting little, this golden bead that you've seen. Some of them are plain, but some of them have a really nice stripe. And all of them have a Picasso finish and green, yellow, blue. All right, so those are $10. All right. This is a nice one, A15. And again, a mix of shiny and matte beads with just a really nice kind of almost native look. We don't have a ton of these, but they have that reddish brown, almost earthy color is beautiful. The smaller turquoise, so there's a little more variability in these beads than in some of the strands where there's almost all check beads have a certain variability in size, but these have a more distinct variation, as you can see. And then they have some of those, I love the little blue, yellow, this bead right here, where there's blue on half, yellow on the other half. They're just a really interesting, fun bead. All right. That was 15. We'll go on to 16. So these are a $12 strand, and these also have that cut. Okay, thank you, Hank. Have the cut beads. So the reds, yellows, blues, actually black, all of them, I think on this strand are cuts. And you can see that pretty golden yellow, the blue, red, black, and they all look to have the kind of the native bead color underneath. The last strand I showed you that was cuts had yellow bead underneath. This looks more like it is, you know, if it's a turquoise cut bead, it's got turquoise as well. That would be the glass color that was finished. So these are $12. And the nice thing about a cut bead, I don't know if you can kind of see it, but like they get a sparkle. So you get this nice bohemian look without having to go, you know, all sparkly shiny, but you get a little sparkle when it catches the light. And so it gives you a little bit of the best of both worlds.
And what are a few examples for how we could use these beads?
We could use these beads wherever we wanted to, Hank. What are your big beading needs right now, Hank? What jewelry do you really need?
Well,
all right. So these work really nicely on, again, you could use them with this nylon cording because they, this you can make, I make like wrap bracelets. You can make bracelets that go around like 5 times. These can just be, you can use this cording to string necklaces. We use these on memory wire an awful lot. They work great there. Beading chain, again, not leather, so you need a thinner stringing material. These would work well on smaller beading chain as well. And I know I've mentioned beading chain a few times. We do have that on our website. We're not going to bring it out today because we're really trying to focus on beads and things that we don't necessarily have on the web. But if there's things like that that you are interested in, please just comment. You know, our beading chain comes in 2 sizes, the antique brass, antique copper, antique silver, shiny gold. And then in a small size that would fit these beads, and then a larger size. I'll show you some kits as we move along. Alrighty.
No, that's kind of a loaded question.
It's a good question. Yes, we do. We have nylon cording in different colors. If people are interested, we can make note, and before we're done, we'll go show you what we've got. We, the basic beige, brown, white, black, but also this size 8, which works well for these beads. We have in, I'm pretty sure, like a nice goldenrod color almost, a really pretty green, a bright blue, I'm pretty sure, a red. Anyway, yeah, there's some nice variety, and it really is a fun kind of material to work with. All right, so this is another cut bead, $12, 17 is the number, size 6, all of them are cut. They're all red, and so they're not quite as exciting as those that have so much variation, but red is it's a beautiful red, and it's one of those colors that you can pop in as an accent into lots of different spaces. You don't need to use the whole, you don't need to use it just alone. You can, partner it up with some other beads and really make a statement with that little pop of red. Alrighty, moving on to 18. Uh-oh.
It's behind. No.
So how did I get all the way over here? Oh, never mind. 8. Thanks, Hank.
Good.
Okay, so that was the last of our size 6s. And now we're moving into size 5s, which are just a little bit bigger than size 6s. So this is number 18. It's a size 5. You may notice, like that it looks imperceptibly different from the 6s in many cases. So I pass along when we buy them from the Czech supplier that we're working with, they tell us the size. And sometimes there just doesn't seem to be a major difference in the actual size. There is a slight difference in price. These are $12. We use these in a lot of our designs because it's just a beautiful combo of that pretty golden yellow, the nice blue, 2 different blues actually, and kind of the robin's egg color as well. And that striped bead. And all of these are shiny in this strand. There aren't any matte.
How much is A17?
A17 is $12.
$12 a strand,
All right, we're on to 19, right?
Yes.
All right, this is a fun strand. I know some of you who are on right now, hi, are, thank you for joining us, people who are online with us. Some of you have used this. It's a really fun, bright, if you like kind of the iridescent, a beish finish, these are your bead. The beads are a lot of variation. I can't even tell you probably how many beads are in here, color-wise, but there are orange, red, blue, green, bright orange, purple. There's a white stripe bead, but they all have such a pretty finish on them. And it catch such light. They're just really an outstanding, fun bead. And that one, again, size 5, almost imperceptible from size 6. You'd use it in the same ways that you would use, the size 6s really, memory wire, small beading chain, silk cord, or nylon cord. All right, on to 20. All right, so we are moving into the size 4 beads. Now these I do notice to be a little bit bigger than the size 5s, and these are $14 a strand, again about a 20-inch strand. And this particular strand is just a wonderful, beautiful, subtle, understated neutral. And then there's some variation in beads. You can see, sorry to be wiggling, I'm trying to see where I'm at. These beads, some are just a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, that kind of a really nice amber golden color. Just a lot of very exquisite individual beads in this. Again, very subtle and understated, but very distinctive. I don't know, this season somehow I'm doing a lot of yellow and blue, and this is kind of yellow and blue, but it's all a little muted and bohemian, so it's one of my happy places. So size 4, $14. We'll go on to 21. All right, these are also a size 4 bead. We've had this colorway in size 6s, so this one's a little bit bigger. And some size 4 beads you can get leather into. There's a fair bit of variation in the hole size. So when I work with this kind of bead, I use the beads that have small holes where I have small material to string. But I save the larger holed ones out and I use them on leather. These are kind of cute. You can hang them, you could make a cute little charm by just putting them on, the end of leather, looping it over. Here we've got a couple different browns, a dark blue, the turquoisey blue, the golden color, and then again those stripe beads. There's some of those as well, which are just yummy. All right. So that is size 4, and these are $16. This A21 is $16. All right, A22 is $14. Another very nice, we have more strands than this, I just didn't have them on the hook. Another nice, really good neutral bead. It is distinctively bigger than a size 6. It's got the really pretty kind of a, I don't know what color green, puce, it doesn't sound so good, but really pretty, kind of a greenish color, and then some stripe beads, some that have that kind of golden shade, and they're all matte. So these are $14 and 20-inch, 20-inch strands. That one is A22. All right, so all of those beads go with, maybe I'll pop in quick with just to show you our memory spirals. Actually, did we show these yet?
No,
Okay.
just one.
Okay. Yeah, we're just going to switch over to these guys. Clunk. So these are some examples of our memory spiral kits. And we're trying to figure out a way to show these so you can see the colors. And I don't know if that's going to work really well or not, but in any case, we're using bolo leather, the size 5s or 6s, some middle spacer beads, those triangles. We do have those in all the different finishes. They're $10 a strand. And then tube beads. And so we're moving now into tube beads of various sorts. So the ones that you see in our kits we'll see, as well as ones that we don't carry in our kits that are just kind of fun. These two, you can use them on memory wire, as you can see, but they also go nicely on that nylon cord, and many of these will fit on the larger beading chain as well. So we will bring on A23. This is a really nice bright red that is, I say bright red, I mean there's a bright red side to each piece, not each, but many of them have a bright redness to them. But it's kind of a nice muted coating, like that typical Picasso coating that you see on check beads. There's a brownishness to it and a grayishness, so really you can carry this several different directions when it comes to your colorways and what you're matching it with. And these are $10. I think all of our tube beads are $10. If they're not, I will mention it. All right, so that's 23. We've got a few more tube beads to share. This is one of our mixes. It's a kind of a nice a mix that has a lot of variation and texture. I'm going to hold it up. Maybe you can see even how that texture looks. So yellow, green, blue, black, but all with sort of almost a rusty looking texturizing that really just gives a very unique look. You know, the people in Czech Republic do some amazing things with bead finishes, and we have been blessed to find a fair number of those beads. So yeah, these are also easy to use on all the materials that we have been discussing so far. So that one is A24. Next we've got 25, which is a matte red. So it's almost like one of the things I've started to see with Czech beads is they're basically, sometimes the underbead is the same bead and then they're just doing different finishes on top. So this is similar to that red bead earlier, but with a very significant kind of overcoating of brown and kind of a blue-gray. So it gives more of a brownish appearance. I forget if Ed calls these red or brown or whatever, or green. Some of us have different opinions of what these colors really are, but it's a really neat, neutral, very usable bead, especially in fall designs. All right, let's see. So for a whole color switch, there you go. Thanks, Hank. So this is 26. These are a nice bright. The red was a very matte finish. These are a shiny finish, $10, and they also have a metallic coating. So shiny, metallic, a very nice bright pop. It's a very usable green, not quite limey, but more. I don't even know. I should probably get more versed on the different ways to describe colors, but it's a nice green. All right, that's 26. And 27, I think we've got just a few more tube beads. 27, again, $10. This is a really kind of an interesting little bead. At first, we were all like, ooh, he's just weird. But we started working with him, and it just plays nicely with many, many, many other beads. It's a real neutral look. It's got a nice, a very light Picasso finish, and also a metallic finish. So it just really is a more useful bead than we ever really thought, and works and pairs nicely with a bright bead. So this is kind of the neutral carrier that you might need. So that is A27. Do you know what, we're going to skip 28 because I had double numbered something. Thank you, Hank. Sorry. So we're going to go right to A29, and that is these. These also we have used in some of our kits, and it's a really pretty brown, green, black, red, yellow with Picasso finish. All of them are matte. It's not quite as heavy a coating as on that one that was a little more like just sort of that rusty, almost etched in coating. This is a smoother coating, smoother finish, but it is, oh, there's the number, sorry. It is a little more consistent, but just beautiful. Again, these are some beads, you may or may not use them all in this, you know, together. Maybe you separate them out and use them individually. All right, next is 30. Thanks, Hank. It's good to have a buddy. So these are pretty, speaking of robin's egg blue, very much robin's egg blue, that overcoating that gives that turquoise tinge. So this just works beautifully if you make things that have any sort of a, I don't know, kind of a Southwest look. This has just a smidge of a metallic coating on it as well. So the beautiful Picasso finish, but also a little bit of metallic in there. These are $10. And I think 2 more. These are a nice, really good black. I don't use black so very much, but these beads make me want to use it more because they've got that overcoat that is just a little bit of brown, a little bit of beige, almost a greenish-ness. But it makes it just very usable. It's not just a plain stark black, but what I would consider kind of a very usable black. And they are $10. And last but not least of these two beads, this is 32. So bright yellow, beautiful, because they have the Picasso finish that, you know, kind of takes down the edge on the yellow. And it just, again, a very, very usable bead. There's no, I mean, they're shiny, not matte. There isn't any like iridescence or metallic finish. It's just shine and some Picasso. Very easy to use. Pop that in. Can you just see that with like a little red bead and a blue bead underneath? And it could just be a little charm or a segment on a bracelet or an earring. Anyway, so those are the last of our two beads. We're going to move next to size, what number were we?
33.
Oh yeah, okay, so actually we're going to go pop over here. We do have some little short two beads, so I'm just going to show you this. For those of you who are jewelry makers and have ever made little chevron bracelets, this is one of our kits that uses two beads. These are little check tubes, and they work well with a nice sturdy 1mm leather. We use tiny little 4x6 oval rings, and the like little tiara cast buttons. And so this is just an idea of one of the things you can do with these beads. Obviously you can string them up on memory wire or nylon or beading chain, but I just wanted to share how they look when they're done as a chevron bracelet. They're really kind of cute. So this is the only colorway that we have as a kit, but you know, you can always take the beads, because I'll show you some more, and put together your own.
And if they wanted to order that kit, what is it called?
That kit is called, you know what, we're going to have to ask Ed to weigh in. I don't remember. I wrote down the color names on a lot of our kits, and I don't remember that one, so I think he's back there listening. So these are the beads that are in that kit. These are little short tubes, $10. Do we not have?
Just call it Blue Medley.
So Ed says just call it Blue Medley. So there's some blue, green, gold, black, some with the Picasso finish. This has a really interesting little, that very pale green there is just beautiful. It reminds me of like the kind of green you'd have in like a wedding party if you did green in the spring or something. It's just a very light, pretty green. So that one is number 33. These are another little tube bead. You could do the same thing, chevrons or all the other uses we've talked about so far. But this one has kind of that really rustic, almost rusty finish. And when I say rusty, it just looks it. It doesn't come off or anything. But these have green, black, that golden, two different colors of green actually, and all with a really nice, almost etched in Picasso finish. And they are $10. And tubes like this that I'm showing you, these are all considered size 6 tubes. A little different than a regular, just plain size 6 because they're a tube. All right, this is number 35. These are beautiful red, shiny with a nice Picasso finish. The finish gets you some really nice, kind of a golden brown in there. Some of the other reds had a bit of a blue-gray. These don't. This is just very much a, you know, kind of a earthy, truly like, you know, red earth, out southwest kind of red earth, red and brown. So $10.
34. You know what size?
A34 is a size 6 tube bead.
All right. Size 6 tube bead.
All right, last but not least of our little tube beads. These are a turquoise that is a consistent shiny bead, and with kind of a greeny, I'd say that's just kind of a greenish Picasso finish, greenish brownish Picasso finish. And they are lovely. They are really cute on chevron bracelets or worked into near anything. So that's A36, $10. All right, now we're moving on to what are called, these are size 2s.
Real quick. Would a size 6 tube bead work with a size 4 bead?
A size 4 bead. Size-wise. Oh, yeah, like to use it in the same kind of an arrangement.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I think you could, I mean, it would, a size 4 would probably go over leather. And yeah, you could certainly mix those up. In fact, I'm almost wondering if some of those, the strands where I was commenting that there were some mixes of tubes and beads, they may have had that same mix in there. But yeah, I think they would work together well.
Perfect.
All right, so number 37, this is a really fun matte strand. We do have a kit with this. In fact, I'm going to show you. So can you flip that over? It tells me the colorway. Dusty Blue. So this is a kit that we made. We call it Dusty Blue. And it's a woven or beaded galaxy bracelet. And these beads are just, I loved them as the minute we got them. I like the matte, the bright green, bright red, purple. If you aren't a huge fan, I just want to show you something of the red. The sample we made with red. But if you don't like the red in there, look what happens when you take the red out. So now you just have blue, green, copper. It's just a whole different kind of look. So when you get bead sets with our kits, you get more than enough. So if you want to avoid certain colors or highlight certain colors, you certainly can. These beads are $22 a strand, and they are lovely. Number 37. All right, 38. Can you be my number man?
I got the switch.
You got it. All right, so these are number 38. These are again, size 2-3, and they're $20. The matte finishes are just a little bit more expensive. That's why that last one was $22. These are all a shiny finish. Did I bring those beads, those last ones, up to the screen?
I don't know.
You know what? This isn't 38. This was that last one. I don't think I brought it up close. They're just so pretty. I don't want to... There. So it's 37, this one. I don't think I gave you a close shot. And they're just a very nice little bead. So anyway, there's that. Sorry about that. So these are 38. And they're all shiny. They all have kind of a metallic finish, or at least most of them do. I shouldn't say all of them. That stripe bead doesn't have a metallic finish, but the purpley beads, the blue beads, some of the blue beads, about half of them have a, oh no, more than half. The dark blue all have a shiny finish. Anyway, just a really fun, useful bead. Blues are color of the year this year, according to Pantone, who kind of sets that guideline for us. Not that any of us are worried about fashion a whole lot right now. But in any case, these are just a really fun, usable bead. Let me show you. Thank you, Hank. Actually, let me just show you this. So this I don't think we have out as a kit yet, but I wanted to show you how that looks. So a woven galaxy bracelet. Can you grab me one of the beads too, Hank? With, I think this is 5.7 mil bolo chain. And I just wanted to show real quickly how easy these are to do. You take your leather. We always like to work from right to left. Put it through the first link of that Rolo. Put a bead on. And this is 1.5 mil leather, so these beads now can go over larger leather. Pull it through, flip it, and then go right to left. And on the back side, you go over the bead. You don't go through the bead twice. That would be really hard to do. And then you pull it in snug. And so you see on the back, you don't see the beads, but on the front you do. And these go together really fast, just stringing and weaving and making a beautiful little bracelet. So with any of these beads that we're showing you now, 2s and 3s, you could do this sort of thing. And just, you need 1.5 mil leather, 5.7 mil Rolo chain, and if you want us to kind of put together a kit with some colorways of your choice, we'd be happy to do that. All right, so this is A38. We shall go on to 39, which is the matte version of A38. Yes and amen. Love this. So, beautiful, yummy little beads. And light blue, that very pale robin's egg, or just plain. All the others, it seems, have a Picasso finish on that you can notice. And a little bit of irregularity that I find to be wonderful. This blue bead, this dark one, it does have a metallic finish as well as the matte finish, so that's just kind of a little bit of an unexpected surprise when you're looking at a matte bead. There's a variety of striped beads and kind of a pinky purple, again, very usable pinks. And this has also become one of our favorites. That one is A39. All right, next up is A40. This is a bead we've used before too. These are, I forgot to mention on the last one, those were $20. These are $20. Beautiful colors, very nice fall look. The yellows, blues, browns, kind of that reddish brown, the golden color. If you're wanting to pick any one of those and highlight something, you just pick 2 of the same and put them on the end of something to make a cute little earring. I think we have a woven bracelet where we use that, and here's another one that we have. This one. So this is a good example. We use this on our large beading chain bracelets. So this is an example of beading chain, and we use some spacer beads in there as well. And these beads are big enough. This is 1.2 millimeter chain, so you can get some 1.5 mil leathers through this as well as beading chain. These would also go fine on memory wire as well. All right, so that one is A40. So I will just say, since we're right there, this kit is Fall Picasso. Oh, Tuscan Picasso. This is brass. Harvest Picasso, because it's brass, says Big Ed. All right.
What is the name of the chain that we use on the woven design?
That's Rolo chain. Rolo, R-O-L-O, and that size is 5.7 millimeter, We carry it in 4.8, 3.8, 7.0, and then 5.7. All right, so 41. We hope. So this one is 41. Also a really pretty bead. A couple different kinds of green in that. Actually 3 or 4 kinds of green because of the different kind of stripings and overcoatings. And a brown, a black, and then that beautiful golden, and a blue. Maybe even 2 blues. So, yeah, all of these are shiny. A little bit of variability in holes with any of these size 2, 3s. These are also $20, but that means they will go over, most of them will go on beading chain and they'll go on thinner 1.5 mil leather as well. Hmm, 42 has gone strangely missing. This one. 42. All right, next we have A42. And this is a matte version of the one that you just saw. And it has same colorations, but a little more of a turquoisey look, I guess I would say. And I like that it has, again, that kind of half and half, that blue-yellow bead that we sometimes see in check beads. A little bit of size variation. Most of these are matte, but you can see that one turquoise is a shiny, it's a shiny little turquoise. These are considered size 1, 2, and they are $20. All right, 43 is next. These are similar to the last ones, but they are all a matte, and they're probably all just a little earthier. There's no turquoise, browns, greens, yellow stripe, several different browns. Very nice neutral bead that you could use in, well, not even neutral, because that green is really kind of nice. A few of the greens are shiny, actually, which is kind of fun. That very traditional check bead with a stripe in it, this one right there. And then just the brown variation. There's at least 3 different browns. So that, again, makes for a very nice, basic, solid neutral bead. All right, 44. Oh. So this is a kind of bright, springy, that bright green, and then a turquoise, brown, and that golden yellow. These are a $30 bead, and this is considered a size 31. Everything up till now has been a size 1 or 2, or a size 1 and 2. This is now a size 31. For comparison, let me like this is a size 2 bead. So the ones with reds are a size 2, and the one, there we go. The one next to it, the one I'm showing you now, number 44, is a size 31. And you can see, I'm just trying to show you so you can compare and see what the difference is in real life. The 31 does get to be, it's just a very nice substantial bead. He would stand alone well on a bracelet. You wouldn't need, wouldn't need to be multiple strands. He's kind of that big, but he's not too big. Don't know why he's a he. Most of my bead strands are he's. That one is number 44, and now, did I go close with that? What, you know what, keep 44 up. So, did I do close? I don't remember. Anyway, so here I just want to show you this one close up. So the bright shiny, actually this one has a neat red underneath it. So I call it brown, but it's really red with a brown Picasso finish. This is a little turquoise. I mean, up close, these are just gorgeous, gorgeous beads. All right, so now we have 45. This is a unique size 1. He's $24. And you know what? The last bead I showed you, that size 31, he's $30. So 30 for number 44. Size 31. So many numbers. Okay, this is a size 1 and $24. What's kind of cool about this is there's some really interesting, again, matte and shiny beads. And the matte have some really fun striping. Some of the shiny ones do too, the beige with the blue. But the black matte bead with the brown striping is really kind of a fun bead. We've worked that into a lot of different pieces. It has a definite kind of African flavor to it, even though it's a check-made bead. So there you go. That's A45. And we are getting down to, we've got up to 52, so that's how many more beads we have. So this one is 45. Moving on to 46. And this is a size 32, $26 a strand. And again, kind of the classic check striped bead. Those are matte. The green, there's some matte and some shiny in each of these. And then that pretty golden yellow is a shiny bead. So size 32 and $26. A46. All right, these are some fun little, we put them up as half strands just because. I think we were wanting more people to be able to get them because they're such a sweet little bead. So it's $20 for this half strand, but what is so cool is they are amazingly even hold. So you can put these, even work on 2mm leather. I don't know if you can see the bead hole there, but you can go up to 2mm leather on those, and it is just a really fun workable bead. Again, very neutral, yet it has a nice finish, just a sheen on it. I wouldn't call it AB, but it's got a very pretty just shine finish, and it also has Picassoing before you get the shine on there. So a little bit of a green, blue, and almost a purpley, and they just come together really beautifully. Let me show you one of our kits that has that bead. We call this one Ocean Mist, and it works up like that. Same 5.7 mil Rollo leather, Rollo chain, 5.7 millimeter Rollo chain. This is an antique silver, and I think we've got a kind of a faded natural blue leather on that, and that's probably a 1.5 millimeter leather. So number 47. These are size 34s, and they're $24. Number 48, size 34, $24. A couple are shiny, 2 different greens that are shiny, a kind of a pretty matte blue, and then that matte blue stripe bead. That is just a fun, very useful bead. These also have very big bead holes, 2 mil, and even some of these will go over 3 mil leather. So that's A48. All right, next is A49. Thank you, Hank, for making those numbers happen. These are also little short half strands. They are $18. They're size 33s. And I wanted to show you, I am fairly certain these all, you can put 3 mil leather Some of these you can strand 3mm leather onto. Well, this is a thick 3mm. Why did I grab that one? I know you can put thinner 3mm leather on some of these beads, or put these beads on thinner 3mm leather. And these have a very nice, just that rusty, they're a very shiny finish, but the color is just kind of merlotish or brickish. And some, again, that striped bead, and then some with a yellow base and a Picasso finish on top. So $18 for those half strands for a 49. All right, A50 is that bead we saw before, the same coloration. These are $14 for the half strand, size 32s, and A50. These I know for sure go on 3mm leather. Again, I picked a thick 3mm, but you can see that that actually goes through. And they are just a beautiful little bead. Same as the smaller size, but this one is a size 32. And I'm gonna get those colors up close because like that bluey color is so yummy. The green, actually the kind of mauvey purpley, they're all beautiful. All right, so those are $14 for a half strand. Oh, did I jump?
I don't know.
Did I do 49? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
51. Okay, so number 51. These also for sure go on that heavy 3mm leather and are a beautiful matte size 31, huge hole, green, brown, black, several brown, yellow bases. These make great guy bracelets. We've done them with spacers in between. I know, Rochelle, I know you and Colin have made some like this. If you have pictures of any that you would want to post in the comments, that'd be awesome, because I know these are just yummy. All right, so there's that. Last but not least is number 52. And these are a full strand, size 32. They are $34. And they are all shiny. There's a beautiful kind of that deep burgundy-ish red, and then a lighter red. If you see them together, you can see. This is sort of the lighter red, and then that's the kind of more burgundy-ish red. Or more blood red, I guess. Anyway, maybe the first one is more orange. Just really pretty little beads, or pretty big beads, I guess. Again, that striped bead, the yellows, browns. There we go, A52. All right, so this wraps up the basics of what we're sharing today. Unless anybody has questions, I'm happy to take some. I would love to get your input on other things you'd like us to share in terms of how to do something or beads that we've got available. We would just love to find ways to connect. We're hoping that all of what's going on will start to settle in a bit so that we can all become, close, physically close friends, as well as, emotionally and spiritually close as we are. So I don't know if you heard any background noise at all, but Cheezers is up and open for business downstairs. They're doing some fun quarantine packs. They have wine, artisan meats, cheese curds. So if you come this way, they've got some nice stuff. We could even package things up together if you'd like. Reminder that the Bead and Button Show is August 23rd through 29th. We're doing 2 classes, and Meet the Teachers is the Wednesday night that week. When it comes to ordering, we've got our website, www.shopdiakonos.com, shopdiakonosdesigns.com, and our kits and chain and leather are there. The beads are here. And I think that is all. Anybody have any questions? Otherwise, we will sign off. There's a bye. Thanks, everybody.